All right, let's dive right in. You know, right now, as you're listening to this, your phone is basically shouting your secrets to anyone who will listen. Seriously, it's a liar, and it's telling every stranger in this coffee shop or at the airport or that hotel lobby, well, it's telling them exactly where you've been. So today, let's decode that lie.
So, is your phone actually a liar? Well, the short answer, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's broadcasting your entire connection history to anyone who's nearby. You know, that hotel you stayed at in Vegas, your local gym, even the office Wi-Fi. It's just constantly asking, hey, Vegas conference Wi-Fi, are you out there? Starbucks on 5th, you around? See, it's trying to make your life easier by auto-connecting to networks it remembers. But, and this is a big but, in its attempt to be super helpful, it creates this massive problem. Because hackers, they're listening.
And here's how it actually works. The technical term for these signals your phone is sending out, they're called Wi-Fi probes. Think of it like your phone walking into a crowded room and just yelling out the names of all its old friends, hoping one of them is there. The whole goal is just convenience, right? So you don't have to lift a finger. But that convenience, well, it's also a massive vulnerability. It's basically a giant flashing attack me sign.
And that, of course, brings us to the bad guy of our story. See, hackers have this tool that can hear your phone's call and answer it with a big, fat lie. It basically says, oh yeah, I'm totally the Vegas conference Wi-Fi, come on in. And your phone, which honestly doesn't know any better, it just believes it, every time.
Let me introduce you to the Wi-Fi Pineapple. This little thing is a professional hacker's absolute best friend. It's a specialized device, kind of looks like a weird spider, right? And it's built for one single purpose, to impersonate any network your phone is looking for. This is the engine behind what we call an evil twin attack.
Okay, so here's how the trap is sprung. It's really just a simple 5-step process. First, your phone sends out that probe, right? Vegas_coffee_Wi-Fi, where are you? The Pineapple hears it. Instantly, it creates a perfect clone of that network. But, and this is the really clever part, it broadcasts a stronger signal. Now here's the kicker you have to understand. Your phone is designed by default to connect to the strongest signal it can find. That's how you get that seamless roaming when you walk around. So what happens? Your phone will literally ditch the real legit coffee shop Wi-Fi and connect to the hacker's Pineapple instead. And just like that, you're compromised, probably before you've even taken a sip of your latte.
Now I can already hear some of you saying, but wait, I never connect to public Wi-Fi. And you know what? That's great. But I've got bad news. It doesn't matter. Not one bit. Your phone is still shouting out the names of networks you connected to maybe 3 years ago. The only thing that saves you is if your phone doesn't happen to call out a name the Pineapple's listening for. But if it does, the trap is set.
So, once you're on the hacker's network, that's when the really scary stuff starts. This is where the hacker becomes what's known as the man in the middle. You look at your screen, you see coffee_free_Wi-Fi. Everything looks normal. But in reality, you are connected directly to a hacker's computer.
The specific technique they use is called ARP spoofing. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. Imagine you're at a crowded party. The router yells out, hey Bob, where are you? And before the real Bob can answer, the hacker screams back, I'm Bob, I'm right here. They basically lie to your phone, and they lie to the router, tricking both of them and positioning themselves perfectly in the middle of your conversation.
The consequence of this is, well, it's simple and it's terrifying. Every single thing you do online, every search, every login, every message you send, it's all flowing directly through the hacker's computer. They have become your new internet.
So, what can they actually do once they're in that position? Well, for starters, they can see every single website you visit. They can use some pretty gnarly tools like the B framework to literally hook your browser, which gives them control over what you see. They can push fake password prompts to your screen, redirect you to perfect clones of your banking site or social media, and yeah, in some cases, they can even access your webcam. It gets bad fast.
But you know what the scariest part of all this is? A total beginner, a noob hacker. They don't even need to know how any of this works. They don't need to understand ARP spoofing. All they have to do is watch a 5-minute YouTube tutorial, push a few buttons, and let the automated tools do all the heavy lifting. It is, and I'm quoting here, scary easy. So you're probably picturing some shady character in a hoodie hunched over a laptop with that giant antenna spider thing, right? Nope, forget that stereotype. The reality is what we call the hipster hacker. He's just sitting over there sipping the latte looking completely normal. Meanwhile, he's got a tiny device called a Flipper Zero. It literally looks like a toy, hidden on a bookshelf, just passively sucking up credentials from a fake login page he set up. So yeah, don't trust the latte.
Okay. I know that was a whole lot of doom and gloom,
But the good news is, now we get to turn the tables. Let's talk about how we can stop this lie and actually build up your digital defense. Because you absolutely have the power to shut this entire attack down.
So what's the solution? How do you defend yourself? Your number one single best defense against a man-in-the-middle attack is a VPN. It's the perfect kryptonite to the hacker's entire plan.
A VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network, basically creates this secure encrypted tunnel for all of your internet traffic. So what does that mean? It means that even if a hacker gets you with their Wi-Fi Pineapple, even if they're sitting right there in the middle, all they see is scrambled, unreadable garbage. Complete nonsense. They can't see your passwords, they can't see the sites you're on, nothing. The attack is just completely neutralized.
But that's only half the battle. You also have to fix your phone's fundamental lying problem. So here are 3 super simple, actionable things you can do, like right now. First, go into your Wi-Fi settings and turn off Auto Connect. Just do it. Second, scroll through that long list of saved networks and forget every single one you don't use every day. Get rid of all those old hotel and airport networks. And third, and I can't say this enough, always use a trusted VPN when you're on public Wi-Fi.
All right, now, for those of you who want to take it to the next level, I'm talking maximum, near bulletproof security. There's what's known as the Snowden-level solution. Let me introduce you to Tails. It's a highly specialized version of the Linux operating system, and there's a very good reason it's used by journalists, activists, and yeah, security experts like Edward Snowden.
So what makes Tails so incredibly powerful? Well, first off, you boot the whole thing from a simple USB stick. It has what I like to call goldfish memory. The second you shut down and unplug that stick, it forgets everything. Poof. Every file you worked on, every site you visited, every password you typed, it's all gone. As if it never happened. And on top of that, it forces all of your internet traffic through the Tor network, which wraps your connection in so many layers of anonymity that you basically become a ghost. You're virtually invisible to a Wi-Fi Pineapple.
So, look, your phone is lying. That much is clear. But the bigger truth here is that all of our devices are constantly shouting our secrets out into the open. The only question that really matters is, who's listening?